Welcome everyone to the everything you need to know before you start playing 1 vs 1 ranked Zhu Xi edition. Now I will walk through every information that you need to know before you are playing Zhu Xi. But first, as always, your opening build order with the Zhu Xi is very simple. Your opening build order is you are sending 5 villager to the wood line immediately. After that, I like to send villagers to the gold resource. The 5 villager gathers a little bit of wood, build a mill, boost it with an IO, and make sure the sheep is not close to the TC. Now that the new villagers are here, coming out from the TC, goes to the gold. Perfect. And now you build a village. So this is the standard Zhu Xi build order. Now after that, from here on, you can do whatever you want to do. You can even just ignore gathering the gold. You just do this little trick with your food, and you can go Dark Age Barrack and some Dark Age Rush. And with that, you can ignore the gold gathering until feudal, because you will manage to get enough spearmen out to gather the taxes from the barrack, and you can age up to the age 2 with your IO collecting the taxes. Now, to have your gold villager to receive the enough gold that you need, what you can do is you can tell your food villagers to drop the food to the mill. Let me show you. Drop to the food, and now right click on the mill and drop the tax. So this is a little bit of help to your gold villagers to make sure you will have the enough gold that you need necessary to age up, right? With this little trick, again, let me show you. You just drop the food to the mill with a shift right click to the food, IO right click, and drop the tax. So now you made sure that you will not disturb the food harvesting, or you will receive the enough amount of food that you need for the closer get into the age up. Now let's see. Usually I like to pick 2 villager of mine to age up. From the food, I pick them off. I look for a location and try to get like a really good meditation garden. Okay, it's not bad. 48, 25 resource. This is not bad. 50, 36 as well. But now we're gonna pick this because this is again 48, 25, 25. There could be other locations here as well, but this is not bad. The more research your meditation garden does, the better for your villagers, right? So here on, when you are going to the next stage, there are multiple things that you can do. Example, having more villager on gold, so you can go into Pro Scout. Zhu Xi Pro Scout is one of the most used thing for like every civilization. When Zhu Xi player goes Pro Scout, it can lead to fast H3 or feudal palace guard spam. Both are really nice and can be done. So feudal palace guard spam or fast H3 and making the knights. So you locate the deers, you pro scouted it, or you go into very fast Song Dynasty. That's an option as well with building a giant tower. But don't forget, as soon as you leave the Ming Dynasty, your landmarks will not be cheaper. Right now, my landmarks are really cheap because I'm still in Ming Dynasty. But again, really important information. As soon as I leave Ming Dynasty, no more cheap age up. I just lose the cheap age up. So as you can see, 1020 food and 510 gold. That's the age up cost for me right now. But again, as soon as I go to Song Dynasty, it will be different. You will see in a minute. So now I went to Song Dynasty. Age up is a normal resource, but what I unlocked with Song Dynasty are the granaries, and with that I spend 30% less wood on the other resources, on farms and every was that economical buildings like house, mill, lumber camp, mining camp. For Zushi, you want to stay in Song really long time unless you are doing the fast H3. For Zushi, the Yuan dynasty is not really important. Unless you are China, China is the best dynasty that you can get after Song dynasty, because China really loves Song dynasty. But for Zushi, Yuan dynasty is not really a thing. You get the Pagoda, after that you don't care. You can go to Song dynasty after that, or you can go to Ming dynasty immediately. So you don't want to stay on Yuan dynasty for very very long, because currently it's the weakest dynasty for Zushi right now. So let's see what we can do. First, we need some help here. So we're gonna call some in a jiffy. Okay. We're gonna do some researches. Okay. And what you need to know about Zushi is, again, in feudal age, China doesn't have feudal age palace guard, right? Zushi actually has feudal age palace guard. So you can see here are the feudal age palace guards. Really nice, am I right? Really nice feudal age palace guards we can have. Alright, so let's see the stats. They have 3 melee and 2 ranged armor. It's a little bit lower range than normal marathon, so this is the same ranged armor as like a horseman, but it has increased melee armor, 9 damage, and 1.38 movement speed. So they have the same movement speed as like a Mustafa the warrior or HRE archers. Amazing again. Alright, what else do we have? We have the stable, we have the archer range, and we have the blacksmith, which is gonna be really important. So for the Zushi, there are no archers, but Zushi has Chigenyu. Zushi has early Grenadier. Yes, you heard it correctly. They can make Grenadiers in H3. And Zushi has Crossbowman. Now, if you have the Jonan Tower, if you build any production building or TC, yes, TC, with TC as well, you can get 1 free villager. So let me show you. 1 free villager when the TC is done. Oh, sorry, it's the free villager spawned at the TC. I always forget that. So you get 1 free villager. I hope in the future it will be changed to free Imperial official. I think that would be a really good addition for Zushi. Not getting free villager, but free Imperial official. That would be really nice. As soon as you build a production building, you will receive a unit for free. But only if you have the Jonan Tower. Only if you have the Jonan Tower, and every production building gives you 1 free villager. Now, why is it important for the Zushi? Zushi can be played as a cavalry civilization as well, with the knights or horsemen. A normal horseman has 1.75 attack speed. As soon as you research the Dali horses, they will become 1.47 attack speed unit, which means they have faster attack speed than an archer. And also the speedman has 1.88, horseman has 1.47. So horseman, it's not really good against spearmen still, but I've seen some cases where horsemen actually overwhelmed a small number of spearmen. So because of the very fast attack speed, they become a little bit, let's say, better units. So now, what else do we need to know about the Zushi and the economy? Well, for China, you need to build, like how I like to build it. I like to build my granaries in the range of the Imperial Academy. Well, here you really can't do that. You can build Emperor Academy, so there is no way to boost your tax collection. But what I really like to do with Zhu Xi, I build one granary, build 2 layer of farm around the granary, and after that, okay, after that just put an IO on it, and this will give you around 1,300 food per minute. So you can have 32 farm around one granary, and this is a solid 1,300 food per minute, which is really, really crazy to have that amount of food per minute. You can do like 2 granary, right, separately, or you can put the granaries like, let's say you put one here and you put one there, but the negative thing with that, it will be so you need to use multiple IOs. Later on, that's not gonna be a problem, because as soon as we go up to the next stage, there is 2 different landmarks we can pick. One of them is the Mount Lo Academy, which is a really, really good landmark, one of my favorite. Or you could have choose the Shaolin Monastery. Now with the Shaolin Mount Lo Academy, you can get 2 extra Imperial Official, which is very, very strong. I just got another Imperial Official. You can increase... Okay, let me show you something. This is insanely good. You can increase the movement speed. You can increase the production speed boost. And you can give else back to keep. Okay, or outpost. So, let me build this, okay? So what's happening now, if I use this Imperial Official, let's say on this, and I research this now, that's really important. Okay. So, first, let me show you. A crossbow is 6 seconds, a Grenadier 8 seconds, a Chicken 4 seconds. A horseman 6, a knight 9, 6, 6, 9. 4, 6. But as soon this upgrade will finish the military academy as well, it's gonna be even more crazier. Crossbowman 4 seconds. Remember how many seconds was before? 6 seconds for the Grenadier, 3 seconds for the Chiganyu, Spearman 3 seconds, Palace Guards 4 seconds, Horseman 4 seconds, Lancer 7 seconds. So you can really combine everything and have the power of burger, like what you can have like HRE or OOTD when they have the burger, and you literally can activate it in every building. You can even activate this. Let me show you on the siege building while they are building up. Let me show you this. So when you have a critical position and that critical position is getting attacked by siege, you can just supervise that keep with one of your IO, and that's why it's so good that you have 6 IO. This is literally the same percentage as the Elsbeck, which means it at least need 6 trebuchet while you are repairing with like 4 or 5 villager this keep. 6 trebuchet or even more than 6 trebuchet to take down this keep, because it's 35% less damage. Of course, if the IO dies, then the percentage goes away. But again, one IO, sacrificing one IO to receive like a Elsbach aura on that building, it's insanely strong. I already tried it in action, and even bombards were struggling to destroy the keep while the IO was supervising it. And the bombard couldn't snipe out the IO because of the range. So if the bombard comes in the range to try to snipe out the IO, my keep gonna use the cannon placement, gonna use the springald, or the normal base damage, and the bombard will die. Siege takes 4 seconds to make a springald, look at that. 8 seconds for nest of bees, 7 seconds for battering ram, 6 seconds for trebuchet, and 8 seconds for bombards. Really nice. So, what else do we have here? Let's see. if you're playing with Zhu Xi, okay, let me show you the economy. I really wanted to show that as well. So if you are playing with Zhu Xi, and as we talk about having that really crazy good food economy, so this is 32 villager that's gonna get the level 2 food gathering as well. 32 villager, this is simple, this literally every can do. You just put down the granary not close to your TC, because if you put it too close to the TC, the villagers will drop to the food to the TC. So keep the range away from TC, and this is very simple to do. One granary, make sure you have enough space to put 32 farms, and just do this, okay? Later on, you can add more granaries, or you can delete some farms and add the granaries, because what you need to know, the granary stacks. So if a villager has 3 granary here, let's say 3 granary boosts the villager, then the villager is gonna have 30% extra gathering speed, which is really nice, right? That's awesome. Gonna make some units. Well, the AI is really trying to beat me. Alright, so what is the food panel? Look at that. Look at that. This is 32 villager on 1 granary right now. Look at this crazy food pyramid that I'm receiving. It's insane. With that, you can support so many production buildings. And if you need extra resources, right, you can use the IOs as well to gather the taxes. Because as soon as they gather the tax, they drop off food. Now, China doesn't have this. It's only for Zhu Xi. Look at that. 40 gold, 8 food. The reason why Zhu Xi has it is because the Mount Lu Academy. It says, Imperial official collects tax twice as often and collect 20% of taxes as food. Contains unique upgrade that greatly improve the Imperial official unit. So again, you get 20% extra as a food, and you collect taxes 2 times faster. Now again, look at that food. It's crazy, isn't it? And it's only 32 farms with 1 granary. Now imagine if I had more granary, and I also boost them with IOs. Now comes to the picture, there's a reason why I really love. So I need to mention Marine Lord, because he told me this. When he picks a landmark or a decision, based on how he picks it, if it helps my economy, I pick that. Okay, so that's what he said. Now, Zhu Xi library actually offers you economical advantage, even though it says military and technology. It's actually economical, military and economical. Temple of the Sun is active landmark. Now we will come back to this a little bit later because we haven't talked about everything from H3, of course. First of all, Grenadier. Grenadier is one of the most important units for the Zhu Xi. Not like with China. With China, you really don't care. You need to unlock Ming Dynasty to have Grenadiers. For Zhu Xi, it's not that the case. For Zhu Xi, you unlock in H3, and they have insanely high role in the Zhu Xi army. Why is that? Because they receive a debuff ability. It's a passive debuff ability. Units receive 50% range and melee damage for 5 seconds when hit by a grenade. So if you hit a unit by a grenade in AoE, all those units will receive extra 15% range and melee damage. So if you have the low damage Chigonyu, right, that has very low damage, we're gonna a little bit boost it up. I'm pretty sure it's like 7 damage in Castle Age. Now, those Chigonyus will do 15% extra damage. Which is, you know, for Chigonyu, it is really needed. Because they have low damage, but with the boosted 50% damage, they do at least 8 damage. And not 7. 8 damage sounds better than 7, am I right? So that's 888, 888, 888. So, I researched the Harkes bombs. What you will see when you are using this ability, let me show you that. that the enemy units will show up as purple. So there's gonna be a purple aura around them. When you hit the enemy, I hope it's gonna be good if you guys don't run away. So you can see this unit is purple, which means the debuff has been applied to the unit. And it's only for 5 seconds, so... And also it doesn't have the Grenadier damage, it only helps the damage of every other unit, but not the Grenadier. If it would increase the Grenadier damage on the 15%, it would be crazy strong, so thanks God it's not the case. So it's 15% extra damage for the Horseman, for the Lancer, for the Crossbow, for the Chicken for the Spearman, and for the Palace Guard, but not for the Grenadier. Now, here's another really good upgrade for the Chicken. More advanced magazine allows Chicken to fire piercing bolts with 0.5 range that deal +1 damage against light melee infantry. Now, you will get the bolt magazines, which again, insanely good. Now the Chiganyu will do 8 damage to unarmored units, which is like Spearman, Archer. Oh, sorry, this is only light melee infantry. Sorry for that. So it's Spearman and like Landsknechte. So those are light melee infantry. Spearman, Landsknechte, those are light. Or Musafadi warrior. Those are all light melee infantry because they have no normal armor, right? So Spearman, Landsknechte, etc., those are all light melee infantry. Musafadi warrior, Onobugeisha. So now they do 8 damage, and after that we count their damage up again when like let's say Spearman receives the hard case bombs. So now 8 damage plus 15% extra damage thanks to the Grenadier. So they have the same siege as China. They have the nest of bees, they have the springold, but there is no extra nest of bees rockets with an upgrade like China has. Alright, let's go up to the next stage, which is gonna be the Zhu Xi library. It will come to the picture as well, what I said about why is it an economical landmark. Because I personally believe most of the players are doing really wrong with Zhu Xi when they are picking their upgrades from the library. Now what you need to know, that you can pick only 2 upgrades from the library, okay? Only 2 upgrades. Okay. So let's see the 2 upgrades from the library. Now I think Roar of the Dragon is nice. I think this is fine. I think 10,000 bolts are amazing as well. Okay, this is good, because as you can read, Chicken and Crossbow fire an extra bolt. The additional bolt for the crossbow is 40% as effective as a previous bolt. So for the crossbow, it's not as good. Dynasty Protectors, really nice, but I think this is more like a team game kind of technology. So I would pick this for like FFA, maybe, or maybe when I'm playing team games. I would pick this. Crowd of Terror, again, not bad. It does add an area of effect for the bombards, but this ability is more like for FFA Nomad, so I would pick this for FFA Nomad. Now, what I like is the Advanced Administration. Many people believe this upgrade is weak because they read this. Listen to this. Imperial official gains 150% health, and their maximum gold carry is increased by 80. Imperial official limit is increased by 2. Many people believe, like, why do I need another Imperial official or 2? Why do I need them to get their gold like plus 80? But the reason behind that, because most of the granaries will have a crazy amount of taxation as well, right? So most of the granaries will have very insane amount of tax in them, so people don't want to people forget about that, how really important this upgrade is. Oh, by the way, at the same time we are still having a crazy amount of economy, right? So let me put a few extra villager here, and let me put IOs on those granaries. Okay, I have IOs on those granaries as well. And let me add a few extra villager to the granaries. Okay, amazing. I just want to show you how important it is to have IOs, right? So we're gonna research the IO and we're gonna research the 10,000 bolts because it's gonna be really important. So now, as I said, you can go up to the Yuan Dynasty, but Yuan Dynasty is not gonna be that impressive or important to have it. So now we have 32 villager, 49 villager on food, and these granaries being supervised right now with IOs. We have level 3 food gathering, and a few of those farmers are being, 30% gathering speed. So now our food is almost 3,000 food per minute, with again 49 villager on food, 3 IO boosting them, right? And at the same time, the IOs we have, they are also collecting taxes all around the base. So now, can you collect these tax and show me how much, resource you will bring back to the base? Because I'm really curious now. So here's an IO. He picked up the tax 120 gold. 120 gold plus 24 food. I think that's kind of impressive, if you ask me. That's a really good amount of resource that it has. And at the same time, the extra IOs you have, you can use them not just for tax collection, but you can use them for like boosting your keep. Again, I'm over 3,000 food per minute with only 49 villager on food. This a crazy amount of food per minute with only 49 villager on food. And I will have a really good amount of taxation as well in those granaries. So now I can use my extra IOs to like give an S-bug to one of the keeps, or maybe I want to activate one of my production building to be a burger, right? So you can see, receive 35% less damage when supervised, KW. And also at the same time, a battery RAM is 7 seconds out of this siege workshop, when it's supposed to be 26. 4 seconds for a spring gold, 8 seconds for a nest of bees, or 8 seconds for a bombard, or 6 seconds for a trebuchet. Insanely important, really nice. Now, let's upgrade all of our units. And let me show you that, how important it is to like collect a few relics for Zhu Xi. Have some pagoda. These pagodas will help you to what's that? A food generation. So you will see why it is so good to have at least 3 pagoda with Zhu Xi. And we will check what's our food per minute. So let's say you manage to get 3 relic, right? You are at the point of the game where you have 3 relic at least. Again, Pagoda will help your food gathering, food generation. It's a passive food for you. You can't get tide bonds and Pagoda because the tide bonds doesn't work on Pagoda. There is no reason to get it unless you have more than 3 relics. Oh yeah, you can boost the Pagoda as well with the IO. Amazing. Alright, let's put these units on gathering taxes and we will see our taxes, how much we have. So, now we upgraded the Chiganyu. We have Elite Chiganyu, 8 damage. Some upgrades are still missing. Let's get the Fire Arrow as well. Very important, of course. Okay, getting the final upgrades. Fire Arrow as well for the Chiganyu. So now 9 damage plus 1 against light infantry. That's really good. Getting Fire Arrow now. And what's the food per minute so far? Almost 3,300. Amazing again. And our food and gold would be even higher if we non-stop made units, right? So the IOs can collect more and more taxes. But again, this food per minute is impressive by only the 3 granaries, right? So we did 1 granary, 32 farms. With 1 granary, 32 farms, we already had 2,000 food per minute, okay? At Imperial. At Castle Age, we had 1,800 food per minute. With 32 villager, 1 IO boosting it, that's it. Now in Imperial, we have 3,400. Look, because also, Pagoda gives you 62 food per minute, 62 wood, 100 gold, and 25 stone. So now this is 3 times 62, 3 times 62, 3 times 100, and 3 times 25 that you have with the 3 Pagoda. Of course, if you manage to get 3 relics. If it's only 1 relics, the Pagoda is still worth it. As I said, Yuan Dynasty is not needed, so let's go to the last Dynasty. Well, let's check the damage for the Chuganyu. It's 11. Amazing, right? But there's gonna be some really insane things happening really soon as we age up. Grenadier has 12 damage. Don't forget that. We are going to age up to the Ming Dynasty, and suddenly these units gonna be insanely strong. Because Ming Dynasty gives you 20% extra damage on the unique units. Again, only on the unique units, which means the Spearman is not a unique unit, the Horseman is not a unique unit. Grenadier received 2 extra damage, so now it has 14. Nest of Bees received another damage. And right now the Chuganyu has 13 damage plus 1 against light melee infantry. Now again, why is it so good to have 13 damage Chuganyu? What you need to do, mix it with a Grenadier, you receive now 15% extra damage, right? 15% extra damage plus 13 damage. Pretty sure you can calculate this up. How much extra damage the Chuganyu gonna have. I tried it personally, okay? So 13 damage Chuganyu plus the 15% boost with the Grenadiers, the Chuganus became insanely strong. So what you can do is have a unit like crossbow as well, right? Crossbow. So again, Zhu Xi doesn't have hand cannoneers, so you have to stay on these tips and tricks. Because again, Zhu Xi doesn't have hand cannoneer, but it has Grenadier by default. So what you can do, have a good amount of crossbow, 22 damage plus 11 against heavy, 2 burst attack, don't forget that. Let's go with in a jiffy. I just need to stop the villagers. Again, insane food, insane food. So let me stop my villagers. So let's see, your army looks like this. This is like a good mixed army, right? So you can have a mixed army like that. Crossbow, Chuganyu, Grenadier. So what will happen here, you have units that's really good against building, aka the Grenadier, and you have units that literally good against every, like archer, crossbow, hand cannoneer, etc, etc. Because now the Chuganyu has 5 tiles of range as well, right? The crossbow is really good against man-at-arm. The Chuganyu will do all the other things, right? And again, don't forget, the Chuganyu does a lot of damage against buildings as well. The reason behind that, you can see them melting them. So the reason behind that, because the Chuganyu has 2 damage. So let me show you. They have 2 damage against buildings. You can see repeatable crossbow siege, which is against buildings. So now they should have 6 damage, right? Because 3 burst attack. But because you picked the 10,000 bots, it has force burst attack, force 4. So instead of 6, now it does 8 damage against buildings, which is crazy. Same with the crossbow. Instead of 4, it does 8 damage against buildings. I'm pretty sure the second crossbow bolt is 4 as well, but let me check. Oh no, it's 2, so 6. Sorry. My fail. My mistake. So it's 6 damage against buildings. Really nice. Really nice. What can I say? Wait, what? It says... Wait, it does 8 damage. Look at that. I found a bug again during my guide video. Anyway, so it does 8 damage. That's weird. That's weird. Okay, I'm gonna report that later. Damn, I always find something. So again, what do we have? We have really good cavalry units, because the knight has 1.28 attack speed. It should have 1.5, but Zhu Xi has 1.28. Faster torch damage as well, as I see on it has 1.81, while it should have 2.5. Yeah, it should have 2.5 on torch. So faster torch because the deadly horses. Palace Guard is insanely strong as well. So you can see Palace Guard has 24 damage thanks to the Ming Dynasty. Now it's even higher than 24 because of the Grenadier. Okay, that's crazy damage. Or we can say the same with the Knight. It's not 32 damage, it's higher. Because also, what you can do, like you don't need to get Imperial Guard. You can just activate the Divine Charge. Let's say you have a lot of Knight or a lot of Horsemen. So again, you don't need the Imperial Guard. You can do this with the Knights as well. So now, you have 38 damage Knight. Let's say you get a few Grenadier. And now it's gonna be like... Is it gonna be like 4 or even almost 50 or something like that? So he's gonna have like insane amount of melee damage, right? Same with Horseman. It has 19, but it could be insanely high if you calculate out the Grenadier 50%. So that's why I'm saying, like, Grenadier, you don't need to mass them. You don't need crazy amount of Grenadier. It's like matter. Have a few Grenadier with your army. Make sure they will apply the debuff. And you will butcher every army. Literally. If the enemy has Mangonel, the Grenadier takes it out really fast. The Chuganyu takes out the Mangonel really fast. So you don't have a problem if the enemy has Siege. Right? Even though you are missing out on the Silk Bow upgrade. You don't have Silk Bow, sadly. But that's why you have upgrade in Castle Age to make the Chuganyu range for 4.5 to 5 tiles of range. So what you can do inside the Temple of the Sun, you don't want to put that in front of the enemy, you want to put it in the corner. You have buff all across the map. You have Divine Vitality, which gives you 2 HP per second out of combat. Well, I hate that, honestly. I think it's really weak. It's really bad, because you want movement speed all the time. You can get Gunpowder units and defensive structure gain rage, which means the Grenadier now has 4 tiles of range. Bombard has more range. Keeps has more range as well, right? The cannon thing on it as well has now 10.5 range. And the Springer has 10. Bombard has 11 tiles of range, and the Nest of Bees has 8.5 tiles of range. So you can increase the range of all gunpowder unit that you have. But honestly, I like it on Divine Haste, or if you have a lot of cavalry units, on Divine Charge. But Divine Haste makes your Palace Guard 1.58, Grenadier 1.29, Chuganyu 1.29, Crossbow 1.29. So all of your infantry units will move faster. Sadly not the villagers, sadly not the IOs, but the IO is already moving on 1.69, which means it's faster than a knight. Yes, I'm not joking. An IO that collects taxes is faster than a knight. Because, you know, they have to get to their place to collect the tax. They love to collect your tax. Any other upgrades are normal, just like we talk about the other civilizations, so nothing special there. You have the same dock upgrades as the China. Same monastery upgrades. And that's it. That's all about Zhu Xi. That's all you need to know before jumping in 1 versus 1 ranked. Thank you so much for listening and see you in the next civilization.